Sometimes you're just not up for getting it on. Whether you're tired, sick, or just not feeling sexy, it happens. But if you've got a consistent case of the sexual blues, it could be something more serious. So our experts break down the top reasons why you might not be in the mood. And they can offer suggestions to help you get back in the game. Why is sleep so important?
Well, sleep is so important because if you are exhausted and you get into bed at night, the last thing you're going to want to do is to have sex. You're just going to want to fall asleep. And that's what I hear over and over and over from clients is it's all, as soon as I get into bed, I just want to go to sleep. I don't want to have sex. And the interesting thing is, though, having sex actually is a great sleep aid.
I have been under high stress this past week, and my anxiety tends to kill my libido, which is ironic because sex is a stress alleviator. I told my BF no last night because I thought he would want me to be honest about how I felt. He was disappointed, and it made me feel worse. Stressors, outside of the bedroom do seem to creep their way in, and either one of you can jump in here. How are we supposed to handle that? In this case, she was honest, and it kind of blew up in her face.
Well, I really applaud her for being honest, and a good sex life, a good partnership requires honesty both about sex and in general. And I think that her and her partner would really benefit from what I call kitchen table sex talks, which is when you sit down and talk about your sex life at a time when you're not planning to have sex, you haven't just had sex, you're not about to have sex, and really talk about what happened between the two of them and how they can prevent that kind of issue in the future.
So the next one on the list is that your thyroid is off. And Dr. Klotsky, I don't think I've heard this one before. Can you explain it to us?
Sure. The thyroid affects, or thyroid hormone affects nearly every cell in your body. It's one of the more important hormones, starting when we're in our mother's uterus, and it continues thereafter. About 4% of women in the U.S. have what's called subclinical hypothyroidism, so that their thyroid's not functioning optimally and they don't even notice it. And there may be subtle signs like decreased libido, decreased energy level, constipation. So if women are experiencing these things, it's worth sharing with their provider, going and getting an evaluation.
Our final point on the list, your partner's technique. How in the name of the good Lord do we tell the person that we're sleeping with that you don't like their technique?
And that is a problem because a lot of times women or men, they won't like their partner's technique, and they fake that they do, and then the partner keeps doing it, and the same thing. So really, again, we're back to kitchen table sex talk, but they have to start with the words I and be couched in a lot of loving terms. I really love you. I really care about you. I really want us to have a good sex life. So I need to talk to you about this. I'd like us to do some things differently. I'd like you to touch me differently. I'd like to show you where to touch me the next time we have sex, and that kind of thing.